You're 72 years old, you've been a green card holder for 15 years. You're at the airport gate, boarding pass in hand. Excited to visit your grandchildren in Florida. The gate agent scans your passport. The screen beeps red light. She looks up at you, sir, please step aside. Two TSA officers appear, they're not smiling. How long were you outside the United States? One asks, you freeze. Your hands are shaking, you think? I was just visiting my sick brother back home for 8 months. That's not illegal, right? Wrong. One wrong answer here, and you're not getting on that plane, in fact. You might be escorted to a small room where a CBP officer will ask you to sign a paper that says you're giving up your green card voluntarily. And here's the worst part. Once you sign it, you can't take it back. You're 15 years in America. Gone your home, your Medicare, your Social Security benefits, all disappear. Most seniors in this situation panic. They apologize. They explain, they sign whatever paper is put in front of them, but you're going to do something different. You're going to stay silent. Stay smart and use the legal shield I'm about to give you. Because what they don't tell you is this: you have rights even at 70. Even at the airport gate. Let me show you the trap that's catching thousands of senior immigrants right now in 2026. Here's what's happening. The U.S. government just updated something called the Continuous Residence Rule. It's a rule for green card holders who want to keep their status or apply for citizenship. Here's what it says. If you leave the United States for more than 6 months, immigration officers can assume you abandoned your green card, not prove assume. And if you've been gone for more than 1 year, they can automatically say you gave up your residency. No hearing, no second chance. Now here's the trap at the airport. When that gate agent or CBP officer asks you, how long were you outside the U.S.? Most seniors think they have to answer immediately. They think honesty will save them, so they say, oh, I was back home for 7 months, my brother was sick. I was gone for 10 months, my wife needed surgery. I didn't know about the 6-month rule. And the officer writes it all down. Then they hand you a form. It's called Form I-407, Abandonment of Lawful Permanent Resident Status. It looks official. It has the U.S. government seal on it, the officer says. Just sign here, it makes everything easier. You can reapply later. And because you're tired, because you're scared, because you don't want to cause trouble, you sign it. That signature is the trap. Once you sign Form I-407, you are voluntarily giving up your green card. There's no appeal. There's no I didn't understand. The U.S. government will say you chose to give it up. Case closed, and here's what they don't tell you. You do not have to sign that form. Even if you were outside the U.S. for 8 months, 9 months, even 11 months, you still have the legal right to explain why you were gone and to argue that you did not abandon your residency. But if you sign that paper, you lose that right forever. So why do 90% of seniors fall into this trap? 3 reasons. 1, fear. They think if they don't cooperate, they'll be arrested or deported on the spot. 2, confusion. They don't know the difference between answering questions and signing away their rights. 3, pressure. The officer makes it sound like signing is the only option. It's just a formality, everyone does it. But it's not a formality. It's a legal surrender. And once you understand that you'll never fall for it again, now let me give you the legal shield that protects you. There are 3 laws every senior green card holder must know before stepping into an airport in 2026. Law number 1, the continuous residence requirement, INA Section 316. This law says that if you want to keep your green card and eventually become a U.S. citizen, you must maintain continuous residence in the United States. What does that mean? It means you can't just disappear for years and expect to come back like nothing happened. But, and this is important, the law does not say that being gone for 6 months automatically cancels your green card. What it does say is that if you're gone for more than 6 months, the government can question whether you intended to keep living in the U.S. But question is not the same as cancel. You have the right to prove your intent. You can show you paid your U.S. taxes while abroad. You kept your U.S. home, your lease, your mortgage. You had a valid reason for being gone: medical emergency, family crisis. You always plan to return. The officer at the gate doesn't want you to know this. They want you to think 6 months automatic deportation. But that's not the law. Law number 2, the right to a hearing in a Section 240. Here's the second shield. Even if the CBP officer believes you abandoned your green card, they cannot force you to give it up on the spot. You have the right to a hearing in front of an immigration judge. At that hearing, you can bring evidence, medical records, flight tickets, proof of ties to the U.S. Bring a lawyer, tell your story under oath. The judge, not the airport officer, decides whether you abandoned your residency, but here's the trick. If you sign Form I-407, you are waiving this right. You're saying, I don't want a hearing, I give up. So the officer's job is to get you to sign. Before you realize you have a choice, law number 3, you are not required to answer every question. This is the most powerful shield, and almost no one knows it at the airport. CBP officers can ask you questions, that's their job, but you are not required to answer every question, especially if your answer could hurt you. You have the right to say, I would like to speak to a lawyer before answering that. I do not wish to sign any forms right now. Am I being denied entry or am I free to go? Now will this make the officer happy? No, will they try to pressure you? Yes, but here's the truth. Politeness is not more important than your legal rights. You are not being rude. You are not being a criminal. You are being smart and the law is on your side. Okay, now let's get to the part that matters most. What do you actually do when you're standing at that gate and the officer is asking questions? Here's your step-by-step action plan. Memorize this step. 1, stay calm and polite. Take a deep breath. Do not argue, do not cry, do not apologize. Your tone matters. You want to sound respectful but firm. Think of it like this. You're not asking for permission. You're stating your rights. Step 2, answer basic questions. Only the officer will ask, where are you coming from? What is your immigration status? How long were you outside the U.S.? You can answer these, keep it short and factual. Example. I was visiting family in Pakistan. I am a lawful permanent resident. I was outside the U.S. for 7 months due to a family medical emergency. Do not volunteer extra information. Do not start explaining your whole life story. The more you talk, the more they can use against you. Step 3, if they ask you to sign anything, stop. This is the critical moment. If the officer hands you Form I-407 or any document and says, sign here, you say, I would like to consult with an immigration attorney before signing any document. Say it calmly, say it clearly. The officer might say it's just a formality. This will make things easier for you if you don't sign. We'll have to detain you. Do not fall for it, respond, I understand. But I respectfully decline to sign anything without legal advice. Step 4, ask this one question. If the officer keeps pressuring you, ask, am I being denied entry into the United States? This is important because if they say yes, then you have the right to request a hearing before an immigration. Judge, if they say no, then you're free to go. They're just trying to scare you. Either way, you've put them on record. Step 5, request a deferred inspection. If the situation is unclear, you can say, I would like to request a deferred inspection appointment. This means, I'm not signing anything today. I want to come back with a lawyer and proper documents. CBP has the authority to grant this. It gives you time to prepare your case. Will they always grant it? No, but asking for it shows you know your rights. Step 6, write everything down as soon as you leave that gate. Whether they let you through or not, write down the officer's name and badge number. Every question they asked, everything you said. Any papers they gave you, why? Because if this goes to court, your memory will save you. Listen to me carefully. If you are over 70 or if you have elderly parents with green cards, this information could save their lives. The new 2026 airport rules are not just about security. They're about testing whether you know your rights, because the truth is immigration officers count on your fear. They count on your confusion. They count on you being too polite to say no. But knowing your rights doesn't make you a criminal. It makes you smart. It makes you prepared. It makes you someone who refuses to be bullied into giving up 15, 20, 30 years of legal residency because of one trip back home. So here's what I need you to do right now. 1, share this video with your parents, your grandparents, your uncle, your aunt, anyone over 70 with a green card. This isn't just educational content. This is a legal shield. And it only works if they see it before they get to that airport gate. 2, subscribe to this channel. Every week I break down real immigration scenarios like this one. The mistakes people make, the rights they don't know they have. The exact words to say when you're under pressure. Because I'm not here to scare you, I'm here to prepare you. 3, drop a comment below. Tell me, have you or someone you know ever been pressured at the airport to sign something? What happened? Your story might save someone else. Remember, you are not powerless. You are not alone. You have rights. And now you know how to use them. I'm Saqib. Stay safe, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.